Bomet. I love Bomet. What's up, you guys? I'm Code Monkey Mike. I build a lot of software to help us trade and become crypto rich. But today I wanted to talk about Bomet. So as you know, if you've been watching me, I have been talking about Bomet here and there. And of course, if you're in my private community, you know that I've been pushing Bomet. I've been buying Bomet and things like that. So we've been stacking it ever since the launch, right? And we've been catching those dips. But I think that Bomet is a very, very unique character. Now, I have been under the stance that we're completely overwhelmed with characters. You know, you have dogs and cats and frogs and parakeets. So like, who the hell knows, man? We have too many characters out there, and they're starting to become like white noise, right? Unless they have a really good narrative. Now, Bomet is rather interesting. So Bomet was, well, there was a previous character called Comet on the Casper network. It was a KRC20 token. And so the whole narrative behind this is that Comet crashed on Earth, and he was like an outer space dog. He was like this silly, wacky outer space dog. And he was greenish, there's this greenish scion like Casper. And he crashed on Earth. And then he was captured, right? Captured by Area 51 scientists and so on. And then he was experimented on, right? And then they cloned this Comet into like a new, like crazy, mischievous character out for revenge. And, I mean, look at that. I just love look at the way he's drawn. It's freaking awesome, man. So Comet crashed on Earth and only to be snatched by the government and hauled to Area 51. They ran twisted experiments, cloning him into a dark, monstrous force. Now Bomet has broken free and is unleashing chaos on the base chain, right? So let's go over to the charts, man, right now, because I think we're all set to explode. Let's go to 4-hour candles here. And so yeah, we were accumulating down here. I mean, man, look at that dip, right? 240K. Oh my God, right? Well, we're on an upward trend right now, and look at this, higher highs, higher lows, and I think that we are going to blast off, right? I think we're all set. We're probably gonna let's see, we're probably just gonna go trending upward and maybe consolidate a little bit higher, but going out to, I would say over the next couple of weeks, what is it going to do? It's probably going to go like up to like, let's say 5 million or so. I look at it like Broke. Broke went up to, like an 8 million market cap. So I draw the comparisons because a lot of these KRC20 tokens that moved over to the base network, they got some solid teams. They got some good dedication, right? Especially, what they got going on. Let's look at Bomet's Twitter profile. So, oh yeah, let's take a look at this. Yeah, this is a backstory, right? I think the narrative is totally awesome. It's not just like some dog or cat that just stands there and he's like, they make really cool graphics about it. He's got a story behind it, right? You got a story, and it's an awesome story, right? You're making some cool content about that. Look at it. It was absolutely wicked. Look at that. It's crazy, right? So what's Bomet gonna do? I think Bomet has some really good potential. Going out, like I said, the next couple of weeks, it looks like it's flying right now. I think it's going to continue to fly. It's sort of like ignoring all the red that's been happening, especially ignored the flash crash that happened on Friday, right? One of the worst days in crypto history, right? In terms of everything just plummeting, to like bear market levels within like a 5-minute candle. It was nuts, right? So, but yeah, Bomet's got it going on next couple of weeks. Now, what will it do in the long term? Obviously, it's going to go up, and it's probably going to be, probably going to be a retracement. Let's say it goes to a 5 million market cap. Is this going to retrace, and then people are going to take their profits, right? But then I think it's, it's got good potential to fly again. Now, what's going to happen is all really, I think it's all dependent on the government shutdown right now, right? Right now, the crypto market is really dependent on institutions to pump the market, and they're going to do that through the ETFs. Now, the ETFs can't get launched because of the government shutdown, so we don't know when that's going to happen. So I'm assuming if you go 3 or 4 weeks out, it's going to be, it's going to already end, and then we're going to get some really, really big pumps through those ETFs with the, once the government shutdown ends, pumps through the ETFs. We're going to get, obviously, going to get market sentiment up because we're more than likely going to see an interest rate cut, and the entire market is going to be flying. And what could Bomet do? What could, at the top of this run up, what could Bomet do? I would think that Bomet could go at least 100x from its lows, right? I said that we were stacking like a 240K market cap, right? So let's say it goes to 20 million. Let's say it goes to 30 million. You never know. Now, I have been talking a lot about tokens last cycle that came out of nowhere and pumped to like 1 billion market cap just without any centralized exchanges, which is like, it happens, right? It happened to quite a few tokens. So can Bomet be one of them? I don't know. I totally rank Bomet as very, very high in my list. I'm very bullish on it. Obviously, anything low market cap is high risk, but it has high potential, right? Just because of the narrative. And they got a good team. Their team is rock solid. They got some good content. They're going to be getting centralized exchanges. And, I think it's good news for Bomet from here on up. And one thing I do want to mention, right, you got to examine all sides, right? All sides of the story. Now, there are going to be a lot of people, and I've been calling them the 4-year cycle zombies. A lot of people that like hardcore believe in the 4-year cycle, and they're going to be dumping their bags, right? So I think there's going to be a lot of suppression. All right, these 4-year cycle zombies, they're going to cause a lot of resistance when the crypto market starts getting those really big pumps and ETFs are pumping the market. There's going to be a lot of people that don't believe that this is a much longer cycle, and there's going to be multiple run-ups, going out through next year and beyond, right? I've gone through that a lot. If you've seen some of my videos, I've gone through the economic data and so on. If you haven't seen some of my videos, click that subscribe button. You're not going to want to miss it. I give tons of alpha, man. So click that subscribe button and the like button too. But I think that, it's hard to say if Bomet is going to go, if Bomet has the potential to do like a 500 million market cap, but there could be some suppression or certain, there could be some resistance being created because of those 4-year cycle folks. But in the long run, I think that everybody is going to be surprised. People are going to dump their bags a little bit way too early, and the market is going to skyrocket. Everything is going to just go to the moon. So I got a lot of hope on Bomet. Short term, couple of weeks, I'm sure we can get like a few X's out of it. And then, who knows? Who knows? It's hard to say what's going to happen. Everybody wants these price predictions, right? But based on what's going to happen, with the government shutdown and economic data and, jobs reports that influence the rate cuts and ETFs, it's like, you never know. That the price prediction is so broad. You can go anywhere from like a 10x to like a freaking 1000x. Like, who the hell knows what's going to happen? I just know that Bomet is a rock solid play. So click that subscribe button, click that like button, and share this video and get the word out and buy some Bomet. Not financial advice. I told you guys so many times, if you think this financial advice, I'm going to punch you in the freaking balls, man.